from the station that's on your side. News 12, First at 4 continues.
New video circulating on social media involving those two men missing at the lake, and now investigators are looking at this too. They're looking into whether it shows the moments before Edward Kirk Jr. and Ian Wilson went into Clarks Hill Lake and disappeared. Now, we've decided to only air the audio just to be sensitive to those families still waiting to hear some news about their loved ones.
And today is day 3 of the search for Edward Kirk Jr. and Ian Wilson. Today, DNR officially confirming the identities of the two missing men who fell into Clarks Hill Lake Sunday. We spoke to Kirk's family yesterday. They describe him as a loving brother. Today, Wrdw spoke to Wilson's family. Will is live at Clarks Hill Lake for us with more on what law enforcement and families say about these videos. Will?
Yeah, I'm live here at Clarks Hill Lake, and right behind me there's been rescue boats out here all day searching in the open water. I'm actually going to step out of the way here. We're going to zoom into the coastline right across the way, and there were officers with a K-9 searching that shoreline earlier today, and that's actually the boat ramp where they are launching off. It's actually closed to the public right now, and those videos surfaced earlier yesterday, but the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office and DNR both told me they are aware of those videos that have surfaced. They are investigating them, but at this point it is not a criminal investigation. DNR requested these videos from us yesterday in hopes that it would help them find the exact location of where the two men fell into the water. It's now considered a part of their investigation. DNR and the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office say that they are currently in the process of talking with everyone who was on the boats on Sunday. Both agencies say that they are getting conflicting reports about the men falling or jumping off the boat. However, they can't confirm that these videos are 100% from when that incident happens. We can now confirm, though, that the other missing man, along with Edward Kirk Jr., is Ian Wilson, according to DNR and the family members I spoke to today. Ian's family say that they are devastated and numb right now. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we hear from Edward Kirk's family and also more about the investigation, about how this all happened on Sunday evening and how everything unfolded that evening as well.
Well, thank you very much for that live update where the search continues at Clarks Hill Lake. More news ahead after we have a quick look outside.
Look at how long this heat sticks around. Your first look forecast in just a little bit.
Riley, thanks a lot. We have the latest now on a fatal police shooting in North Carolina. Lawyers and the family of Andrew Brown Jr. releasing the results of an independent autopsy in this case, and it shows Brown was shot by deputies while they were serving a warrant last Wednesday.
The full video from the shooting is still not available to the public. Michael George gives us the latest.
Lawyers for the family of Andrew Brown Jr. revealed the results of an independent autopsy of his death.
It was a kill shot to the back of the head.
Sheriff's deputies in North Carolina were serving Brown with a warrant on felony drug charges last Wednesday. They shot him as he tried to drive away. On Monday, his family viewed a small amount of body camera footage.
It was just a horrific scene. A horrific video.
Family members say the video shows Brown had his hands on the steering wheel at the time. They're demanding the release of the entire video.
They won't release the video, so painstakingly we have to keep putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
Brown's death has led to days of protests and demands for justice in Elizabeth City. The Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department says officials have filed a motion to release the footage, which needs a judge's authorization.
We will comply with the judge's order. Those people who claim the sheriff's office has the ability to release either don't know North Carolina law or they are trying to purposely inflame a tragic situation.
The Sheriff's Department is urging patience while state investigators look into the case. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And right now, 7 deputies are on administrative leave while that investigation continues.
3 victims from Georgia have been recovered from a car in Lake Eufaula, Alabama. Police say the victims were a woman and 2 kids from Cuthbert, about an hour west of Albany. This is the car in the lake before police pulled it out. Right now, they say they're investigating the incident as a triple homicide. The car was found by a jogger who saw it, and as he got closer, he saw bodies. That's when he told park officials, who then called the police.
Family and friends of the 6 people who died in a crash in Gwinnett County are speaking out. 16 people in a van on their way to an addiction meeting when it flipped and caught fire. The other 10 people in the van were also injured, but police still don't know exactly how the crash happened. They say there's a chance another car was involved. Many of the families are still in shock.
My sister, we were very close. We just did everything together, and I've always protected her, and I just feel horrible because I just feel like I wasn't there to protect her.
You should do good at getting you out of yourself and making you glad and trying to stay positive and optimistic about everything.
Officials have not given an update on the condition of those survivors yet, but we'll let you know when we learn more. Changes could be coming to Georgia's Stone Mountain State Park, the home of the largest Confederate monument in the nation. The CEO of the park proposes several changes, including removing that monument. They would also relocate Confederate flags and publicly admit the park was a meeting spot for the KKK. The board did not immediately vote on any of those changes, but we'll let you know if they do. Protesters in South Carolina still trying to get in the nation. The CDC and vaccine makers collecting data to track vaccine side effects. They're using a website called VAERS. That stands for Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting.
On the website, you can report your own side effects or go over data from other people's side effects. Health officials say the site is key in separating actual side effects and unrelated incidents.
What seems like a very rare condition, and it may seem like it's linked to the vaccine, but you have to take into account what is the incidence of that in the general population, and if that's also very rare, it's just so hard to tease out, is it even related to the vaccine?
And if you would like to report any of your side effects or go over the data, you can go to vaers.hhs.gov.
If you're looking to get a vaccine, there are a couple of options for you this week. Tomorrow, AU Health has a clinic at Diamond Lakes Regional Park. Those slots are available from 1 until 4:30. In South Carolina, a walk-in clinic at USC Aiken Student Center. That's the activity center from 8 until 4. Then Thursday, a clinic at Tabernacle Baptist Church. Slots are available from 9 until 5. The link to register for all these appointments is posted on our website. About 2,500 babies die from sudden infant death syndrome every year, making that the leading cause of death for infants ages 1 month to 1 year.
Experts say soft, plushy covers and pillows can cause babies to suffocate. They say 75% of SIDS deaths are because of babies' airways getting blocked.
Experts say the best advice is to keep your baby safe. They should sleep on their back until they are a year old. Cribs and bedding need to be really firm, so firm that there's no indentation where the baby is laying, and nothing else should be in the crib with the baby. No toys, no blankets, no pillows to get tangled up with the child.
We saw a few people out at the polls today in North Augusta voting for mayor, and 3 spots on the city council are up for grabs too.
Well, Apple delivers on a long-awaited update, giving you the option to stop apps from tracking your activity. We have a closer look at that and what it really means coming up.
And we are warm again this afternoon, but
If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
We know apps can track just about everything on our phones, from location to online history, even medical information.
But Apple is now giving users the option to turn that off, something many users have wanted for years, but executives who use the info for targeted ads say this is going to hurt businesses. Nancy Chin has the latest.
iPhone and iPad owners are seeing something new when they open an app on their device.
It's the new App Tracking Transparency Prompt. It's a feature that gives you a choice. A choice on how apps use and share your data.
Apps can track online behavior, including shopping habits, location, age, and even medical info. That data is being used to target us with specific ads. Apple's latest software update forces companies to ask for permission. It's expected most users won't grant that permission, which could lead to big changes in online advertising.
some are even calling this the adpocalypse.
CBS News tech reporter Dan Patterson says app developers and ad companies stand to lose billions of dollars.
Because they'll simply no longer be able to build businesses around selling targeted ads.
Facebook is one of the apps fighting against the Apple change. Earlier this year, the social network took out ads, arguing it will limit how small businesses reach customers. But tech experts say even with the new permission privacy setting, apps will still be able to gain some insight about users.
This allows you to still help advertisers make your messages relevant without telling them what you're doing Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m.
Alan Adamson is co-founder of the marketing firm Metaforce and says advertisers will adapt.
There'll be some new technology, it will change things, but it's not going to disable the marketplace at all.
Google is reportedly looking into anti-tracking software for Android devices, possibly giving its users the option 1 billion iPhone owners now have. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
And companies like Facebook and TikTok are looking at ways to still send those targeted ads. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what they choose to do.
I guess we will. You know, if you're going to get an ad, though, don't you want it to be something you're interested in at least?
Yes, not something I'm not, because then it's just pointless to me. You don't even read it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what's the point of me,
There's
right?
a targeted ad right there, you know, but make it matter to you. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, give us the ad on the weather today. Riley, thanks a lot. The University of South Carolina bringing a mentorship program to a high school in one county. It's called Gamecock Connections.
And it's a statewide mentorship program where college students teach high school students about ways to pay for college. Pretty smart idea. University President Dr. Bob Caslin says the program shows college is for everyone.
There's 30% of high school graduates that do not go to college in the state of South Carolina. 30%. That's who we want to talk to. That's who we want to inspire. We not only want to inspire them to want to go, we want to show them how college is affordable and show them pathways, financial pathways to get there.
Mentors check in with Marlborough County students every month to answer any questions they might have about college.
Well, what started as an angry social media post from a high schooler is now a First Amendment Supreme Court case. What it says about the things we post on social media. Coming up.
The deadline for graduating seniors to apply for student loans is less than 2 months away, but is debt worth a degree?
$1,250 a month. It's a rent, that's a mortgage.
An I-Team investigation Thursday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
A nationwide manhunt is on for these 5 people in connection to the murder of a Georgia mom. According to her husband, he actually came face-to-face with the woman on your screen, Megan Cologne. Back on April 16th, Rosanna Delgado told her husband she'd be home soon. The last footage of her is at Ross after she made the call. When she didn't come home, her husband says he tracked her phone to a home in Decatur where Cologne answered the door. He says he also went to a public storage unit where he found a bloody face mask. Police say it was Rosanna's blood. Police found her body over the weekend in Gilmore County, about an hour north of Atlanta, but her family and friends say they want justice.
What did they obtain? They took a lot from us, and we lost a lot. What did they gain? Why did they do this?
There are murder warrants out for the 4 identified suspects. The man with the blue hat has not been identified just yet. Police believe the suspects could already be out of Georgia.
Well, most high school students have posted something on social media they might feel differently about later. For one, it cost her the chance to become a cheerleader.
After she was removed because of her post, her parents sued the school. Now the case is heading to the Supreme Court for a landmark First Amendment rights case. Pete Williams gives us more.
When Brandy Levy was a 9th grader in Pennsylvania, she discovered one Saturday that she did not make the varsity cheerleading team and would remain on the junior varsity squad. So she lashed out, as people her age often do, on social media. On Snapchat, she posted a photo of herself and a friend making a rude gesture, and she wrote, using a word we can't say on TV, blank school, blank softball, blank cheer, blank everything.
I was a 14-year-old kid expressing my feelings, expressing how I felt, and that's how kids do it. Like, they do it over social media.
She assumed that message would quickly vanish, but a classmate took a screenshot and showed it to her mother, who happened to be one of the high school cheerleading coaches. Brandy was suspended from the junior varsity team. So she and her parents sued, saying the school should not be able to punish her for her off-campus expression, and the federal courts agreed. But the school district says schools must be able to take action against any speech that's a threat, especially when social media is so pervasive, and children are off campus when they attend class by remote learning.
We want to make sure that the Supreme Court doesn't paint with a brush that is so broad that it limits the ability of schools to address the very important question of speech that is bullying speech or harassing speech.
Brandy Levy's dad has another reason for hoping that off-campus expression isn't restricted.
That's how us parents learn what's going on with our children's lives, through social media. You know, we see posts or what they're doing or how they're feeling.
Interesting case, any way you look at it. The court will hear that case tomorrow with a decision set for sometime in June. And by the way, the Biden administration says they side with the schools, saying it doesn't matter where the disruptive expression comes from. A case we'll be watching. Riley.